So hi everyone, welcome to my video. So today we're dividing into the world of logic. So with a truth table example, we'll break down a complex logic expression step by step, so you can understand how to evaluate it. So first, let's define the proposition. A proposition is a statement that can either true or false. So our statement is, if the database is backed up, the server is stable, then the system will run smoothly, otherwise it will crash. So our variables here is the P is the database backup, the database is backed up, then the Q, the variable of Q is the server is stable, the server is stable. Then the R is the system will run smoothly. The system will run smoothly. Then the S is the system will crash. The system will crash. So next is we need to understand our logic operators. So there are the connection to that build a complex statements. So and which is an sugadhini is and is this is a and. So it means both so P and Q is only true if both Q and P and Q is true. So ang sugat naman is not. So they simplify or reverse the truth value. If P is true, then the not P is false. And then ang sugat naman is implication. So this is if then. So statement P, if then R, it means it's only false when P is true and R is false. So next is we will have a third expression we're going to evaluate. So our symbolic form is our symbolic form. Yan, tapos P and Q, then S. So this is our symbolic form. So here is the expression. It looks complicated, but we'll take a piece by piece. It means if P and Q, then R, then R, if not P and Q, then S. So this is our symbolic form. So next is now let's walk through the truth table, which is this. We will going to make a truth table of this symbolic form. So the columns P, Q, R, S, this show we will put this P, Q, R, S because this is our variables that this show the possible combinations of true and false for our positions, for our propositions. So next is the column is the P and Q because they have a P and Q here. And then next, P and Q, this calculates the P and Q is true only when the both P and Q are true. So the column 3 is this P and Q, then R. So this is if P and Q then R, remember it's only false when P and Q is true and R is false. So the column 4 is which is not P and Q. P and Q. So this is if not P and Q. So then again it's only false when our P and Q is true and is false. The next is P. The column 5 is P and Q and S. So now we will going to, so the P is 8 true, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 then 8. Then 8 na false liwat, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 then 8. Then the Q is 4 na true, 1 2 3 4. Then false is 4 liwat, 1 2 3 4. Then upat liwat na true, 1 2 3 4. Then upat liwat na false, 1 2 3 4. Then the R is true false false. So true then false false, then true then false false, then true then false false, then true then false false. So the S is true false. So true false false, then true false false, then true false then false, then true then false again, then true then false. So now we will proceed to the P and Q. So ang P and Q is kung parehas sila true, asya laya magiging true. If kung sugat hari na may F is automatic F lang niya. Kaya ang bibilin kasi is dapat parehas sila true para maging true. So now true and true, of course true. Then true and true, false true. Then true liwat, true. Same na karang true. Of course may F na false na iya. So magiging F na iya. And may F kasi magiging true laya kung parehas sila true. So may F liwat, of course F. May F lapiya, F. Then may F. Then may F liwat. Then may F. Then may F. Then both F lapiya, of course F. Then F, of course false. Then false again, then false. So next is the column 3. I mean the column 3. So F, P and Q, then R. So it's only false when P and Q is true and R is false. So an ato na ituan is a D then an R. So of course P and P, then false and true, because true, then false is true. I mean F D D, because may F. Then F, and of course true, then true, of course true. Then true and false, of course true. False and false, of course true. False and false, true. True, of course true. False and false, true. Then true. So next is they this is not P and Q. It will be the value in the P and the column. So ikuan talaga ang minudo. So F, then F, then true, F, true, 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 false is true, right and false, leading true, and false leading true, and false leading true, and false leading true, and false leading true. Dahil ginigit ka na, balik ka tala ang kung true ya, of course leading false, so ginigit ka na. So next is, this is F not P and Q, then S, again, it's false when not P and Q is true, and S is false. So, adi na ito nagkukuhan. Adi, no. Adi tapos ang S. So, PF, of course, true. Then, FF, of course, true. Of course, true. FF, true. True, of course, true. F, true, of course, false. True, false, true, of course false, then true, of course false, then true again, false, then S, T, and T, of course true, and then false. So next is the final output. So the final column, this is the end of the column 3 and 5. So it's only true when the both adi, kung ano yung both tas an adi is true. Kasi na yung maging true kung both yeah true. Kung adi true, then true, of course we will put there true. Of course, true. F true, F, false true, F, true true, of course, true, then true false, false, then true true, true, then F true, of course F, then true true, of course true, then true false, of course false, then true true, true, true false, of course false, then true true, of course true, then true false, of course true, then true true, of course true, then true false, of course false. So this is our truth table of statement number 1, and this is the symbolic form, and this is the variables P, Q, R, S. Then this is our truth table. So now let's proceed to the number 2. So now let's proceed to the number 2. Number 2, if the user is an administrator, then they can install a software only if the security settings is allow it and the network is active. So our variables here is P is the user is an administrator. Then the Q is the user can install a software. The user can install software. Then the R, the variables of R is the security settings allow installation. The security settings allow installation. Then the S is the network is active. The network is active. So now let's look to the logical expression that we're evaluating. So our symbolic form is P and Q. P and Q implies R or S. So our symbolic form is P and Q implies R or S. So in simpler terms, if a user an admin and the permission install software, then the security settings must allow or the network must be active for the installation to proceed. So we now let's walk to the truth table column by column. So the first is the possible combination of a true and false for our variables P, Q, R, then S. These are our variables. So we will put to the truth tables P, Q, R, and S. So next is the P and Q, which is the P and Q, because we have a P and Q here. Remember, an and is only true if magiging true lang hiya if both parts are true. So only when both user is admin and user can install a software are true, this is a column is true. So next is we will calculate the R or S. So an OR is true if either part is true. So if a security settings allows install or the network is active, this column is true. So finally, we will evaluate the entire expression, which is the P and Q implies R or S. So this is our symbolic form. So konta na ya, gintigda ka na ya, and this. So implication is only false when the first part, which is the P and Q, is true. Then the second part is R or S is false. In all other cases, it's true. So now let's proceed to our. So we will put here 8 na true. Didi may T 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8. Then 8 liwat na false. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8. Then dili naman hat Q. Ang ato na igbubutang na true is upat na true. 1, 2, 3, 4, then upat liwat na false. 1, 2, 3, 4, then upat na true. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4 liwat na false. 1, 2, 3, then 4. So an R naman is duha true, true, false, false. So true, true, false, false, then true, true, false, false, then true, false, false, then true, tapos false, false. Then ang natin S naman is true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, then true, false, true, false, then true, false, true, false, then true, false, true, false. So now let's proceed to the P and Q. So nato ni kuan is an P and Q. So an is kung both hira true, asya may din true. Kung may daya false like this, kung true false, of course false. Kaya iya kasi yung bibilin is kung both hira nga true, asya may din true. So true, true, of course true. True, true, of course true. True, true, of course true. Then true, true, of course true like iya. So adi true, false, of course false. Kung may daya false, kailangan both hira nga true para iya maging true. So true, false, false, then true, false, of course, false, true, false, of course, false, and false, true, of course, false, false, true, of course, false, and false, true, false, then false, true again, then false, false, of course, false, false, then false, then false. So next is the R. Next is the R or S. So an R or S an or naman is true if either part is true. So, ang security settings is allow install for network after the column true. So, false, true, of course, true. Then false, false, of course, false. Then false, true, of course, false. Then false, false, of course, false. Then true, true, of course, true. Then true, false, of course, false. Then false, true, of course, false. Then true, false, false, of course, false. Then true, true, of course, true. False, false, of course, false. Then true, false, of course, false. Then false, false, of course, false, false, of course, false. Then true, false, of course, true. Then false, false, of course, false. Then true, false, of course, false. And false, false, of course, false. So next is the last is the final, our final we will evaluate the entire, which is the P and Q implies R or S. So P and P, of course, P, then PF, F, PF, F, then PF again, F, suppose false, true, of course, true, then false, false, of course, true, then false, false again, true, false, false again, true, then false, true, of course, true, then FF, of course, true, true again, FF, true, F, true, F, true, then true, is true, then true, true again is true, then last is true. So this is our statement number 2. This is the symbolic form, and this is the variable, which is the P, Q, R, and S, and this is our truth table. So that's all for the end of my video. My name is Apple Vilagado, and thanks for watching.